BEF 198.
How much do you want to give me as a retainer?
How much would you like? I'm going to be here all week, so why don't we start out with what you did times 3.
Okay.
And then, or times 4. And then we can go on from there.
Okay.
I mean, money's not a problem. I mean, money is a problem. I mean, if we get a divorce and I don't have my publishing deal, money will be a problem, but that's not going to happen for quite some time.
BEF 042.
And what you were just saying about, for instance, calling Detective Terry and stuff, yeah, I mean, if me and Kurt got into a divorce and it came down to a custody battle, I'd win in a second. He wouldn't even put up a fight, because obviously his child doesn't mean enough to him to stay in the rehab.
BEF 065.
And maybe the responsibility of being a father and a husband are things that he needs to work on. If he wants to separate and that's going to make him happy, I mean, hell, this year alone, we don't even need to separate. He's supposed to do, Lollapalooza for 4 months of the year, and I'm supposed to be touring 9 months of the year. So this is our first year that we're actually going to be separated for any length of time.
BEF 202.
And then I was able to actually talk to him and go, Kurt, I love you. I'm going to support whatever you do. If you don't want to do Lollapalooza, fine. I could have done Lollapalooza this year, but I can't go on tour with Kurt because everyone will say, oh, well, he got it for her. But I was offered it first. So, I don't know. It's ridiculous. And, I mean, I'm certainly not going to, Kurt's got enough power that he'd be getting the back end. I mean, I'd come off a Lollapalooza with less than $100,000, but it would sell my record.
Yeah.
But I gave that up so that Kurt could go out and make like nearly $10 million. And now he's like fucking that up.
BEF 211.
But the thing about Kurt is he can't get a cab for himself.
Yeah, we were both a little surprised when you said, you canceled his credit card, so he's without money. It's just, he can't figure out how to get money if he doesn't have his credit cards.
No.
He doesn't have his own bank account.
No, we have the same bank account.
Yeah.
And I canceled the Excel card. But maybe I shouldn't have done that, so I could have kept track of him.
And,
You're the one that filed the missing persons report.
Yeah, and I'll totally come forward with that because people wouldn't take me seriously.
Yeah.
It's like little pieces of paper, and it says there's 3 or there were 3 or 4. I think there were 4.
Why would somebody tell you to get rid of that?
Because it wasn't really nice. They talked about getting a divorce.
Courtney, when I was up there before, you said you were going to have Callie come up so I could talk to him, and that
He
never
wouldn't do
happened.
it. I couldn't get him to do it for me.
What I
was
want-
also being a junkie pig with that girl Kate.
What I'm getting at is talk isn't going to get us anyplace. I don't care if they promise to come or if you say you're going to get them down or anything.
I know, but if I get you the county coroner on the fucking phone right now...
But it's not going to mean a thing to me until they walk in the door. That's what I'm trying to say.
I understand.
Okay.
I understand.
Hi, Tom. This is Dylan Carlson with Courtney Love, and she needs you to call her right away with information on Hank Harrison. Please get back to her as soon as possible. Thank you. Friday, 9:30 p.m.
Tom, this is Courtney, and my number is 206-860-0606. I just got some information about Callie, and I need to figure out with you if one jives with the other. I'm gonna call the Calabasas police on Monday. I found out from Erik that some horrible girl, this drug girl, his drug girlfriend, the one that got on the whatever street, Boylston, moved to LA about a week ago, and this other girl told Erik, my Erik from my band, that she had been to the house on Wednesday, and just get sicker. I'm not going to leave it in your machine, but please call me, 206-860-0606. Bye.
Saturday, 2:11 p.m.
That's Saturday, June 11th.
This is Courtney. I'm calling for Mr. Klugman or Mr. Grant. Callie and Renee are staying at this rich guy named Jimmy Boyle's house. He's like this rock star, butt kisser, scary guy, and they're staying there with that girl Jennifer, and the drug dealer, and also Bonnie. Remember Bonnie and Joe that were the drug dealers on the hill? Well, Bonnie's with Jennifer as well. And that house is on 6th and Fairfax. Right behind, there's like a watchmaker person on the corner. There's an alley. Right behind that alley is this big mansion, and it's in the front. It's got big wrought iron gates with 2 lions. That's Jimmy Boyle's house. So that's where they are. And I don't know what they're doing, but I know that Renee is running around LA telling everybody that Kurt was his best friend, and all this stuff. It's like not true. And
Monday, 2:02 p.m.
That's Monday, June 13th. TL20 and TL22.
Let's say hello to Gary. Gary, tell us who you are, please.
I'm sorry?
Tell us who you are.
Yeah, I'm Mike DeWitt's father.
Yeah. What did you want to say?
What I want to say is I can't believe that this guy is going to make a huge score for absolutely no reason at all. Kurt Cobain killed himself. Period.
So what do you you think that our guest was out only to make a buck?
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't want a couple of bucks from the radio station. He doesn't want whatever he would get from a talk show. He's out for the big score. There's a lot of money in that.
Now, do you have any information or evidence to prove that what the police said, that this is a suicide, is true? I mean, have you seen the evidence?
Have I seen the evidence?
Yeah.
No, but I've known Courtney for about 5 years, and Mike is my son, and believe me, neither one of them is capable of something like that. And I also just talked to, when I heard this on the radio in my car, I couldn't believe it, so I called Sergeant Cameron at the Seattle Police.
Uh-huh.
I'll give you his phone number if you want.
You can give
and they're
it to us
treating this guy like a nut.
I understand that. Now I'm going to ask you some questions. Again, understand where I'm coming from, Gary. I don't have an opinion about this at all. All I did was we put this guy on, we interviewed him, he said he had information, and at this moment, I still do not have an opinion. I would not jump in and say, oh, yes, absolutely.
He didn't give you any evidence.
I understand what you're saying, and again, I don't know if I'm the person he should be giving it to, or the police department is who it should be given to.
He's talked to them. They think he's nuts.
They think he's, well, I understand that. Now, let me ask you a question, because I know a little bit about cops and a little bit about detectives, not a lot. Is it possible that cops don't like PIs messing in their business? I mean, you watch Magnum, you see that in the plot, but I mean, I've known people who said that's the case. Is that possible?
That's movie stuff.
You don't think that's true in real life?
No.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, maybe on an individual basis, but no.
Mm-hmm.
I called the police immediately when I heard about it the Friday morning, and I told them exactly where Mike was.
Mm-hmm.
And they spoke to him, and they took care of it.
Period.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm glad you got on the air to say that, because we want as many people getting their opinions out about this as possible. And again, I have no opinion. I take no stand on this. I am not necessarily bowled over into believing anything, except that at most, I think the police department should look at it, and then if they want to blow it off, blow it off.
They already have.
Okay. All right, there you go. Thank you for calling in. We appreciate it.
Okay.
Okay, take care. 1-800-5800-TOM. Mike in Sacramento. You're on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
How you doing, Tom?
Okay.
I want to applaud you for putting this on the air and at least bring up the speculation of it. I work for the Musicians Union, represents Nirvana and a few other rock bands, and believe me, I've seen a lot of people in this business, and you should look to who would profit from his death through record sales and other things and royalties and such.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm glad that this is being brought up because, you know, it was all, like some other caller said earlier, it was all swept under the rug too quickly. You know, and the first gut instinct after watching the thing, I said, hey, there's somebody off this guy. I want to applaud you for putting it on because it's a multi-billion-dollar industry, and nasty stuff like this happens all the time, and nobody ever hears about that.